When we're looking at the slow trade versus the in and outs that we talk about on the Discord, and you don't want to trade often, you don't have a lot of time, you don't have to worry about these retracements. Because if in a month you do 33%, 30, 20, 18, it doesn't matter on these little retracements.
Hey everybody, show 71, April 19th, just now turned April 20th, PST. This is your daily fix because you shouldn't fix alone. Not financial advice, of fucking course. NFA OFC. The one thing we always do first is the money flow cycle. We're watching how the money's moving in the market so we make better decisions. But first, let's check in with my favorite primate, Pope. Kenna,
Hey,
a crypto
hey.
Pope. Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Well, what do you want to do today? Tell me. What are you going to look at? What are you going to do?
Well, I made a mistake. I was kind of rushed for yesterday's show because it was my birthday, as we found out. And I threw it all together for the prize wheel, and the conditions of the prize wheel where you had to be following. And the one person on the wheel that was not following happened to be that person. And I was like, no, that was like one of the rules, you know? And so
What
too
an
bad, so sad.
incredible coincidence.
So I felt like we should redo it. It didn't feel right, for lack of better words, I guess. Because yeah, there was a lot of names that constantly retweet and did follow the rules. So I thought,
100%.
hey,
And it's just
we
for you and
should.
me. It's just for you and me right now because we are alone on here.
Well, Friday night,
That's
420,
true.
happy 420, technically 4:20 AM
Oh, happy
or April
420, Kenna
20th.
Crypto Pope.
Mm.
I'm surprised I
So
didn't
we're
think
still
about that
gonna.
earlier.
It just dawned on me when you said it earlier when
Mm-hmm.
you were doing the welcome. So without further ado, I'll hit spin when you tell me. I did double check everybody this time. Everybody on the wheel has fulfilled the requirements. And it's still 69 NSX, 69 FET tokens, and the Empire Strip Spike back prize pack. You tell me when to hit spin.
Oh, spin it. I want to see who gets these Wookie panties. Spin it. Pebble spinning, it's spinning like a wheel. A pebble spinning, we're gonna find the winning. Who's the winner of the sexy underwear? Who's the dum dum?
No way.
Shut your face.
Uh,
Oh, and America.
uh,
You know what's so funny? On my draft for tonight, I wrote, and America's gonna have to watch this tomorrow because she's already in bed when we do late show.
well, winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations, Ann America. That is awesome.
Not bad for a
Um,
second spin. Not bad for a second
Not bad
spin.
for a second spin. And also, somebody's been having a lot of success with our system
Oh,
and how
yeah.
we do things. So
And
that's
communicating
awesome.
in the Discord, they are like killing it. I love chatting with them and learning.
I want to make sure I have the right screen share when we start today, and I do.
While you're doing that, let me just say we're going to introduce the money flow cycle. Like I was saying, we do Bitcoin, sorry, market cap, Dom, Bitcoin, and ETH. Pope, you take it away.
Let's do it. So, for the most part, it has been playing out how we've been thinking and looking at. And we were on this big red candle yesterday during our show. And we wicked right just down below our quick and dirty consolidation box on the 4 hour. And I was hoping for something like this, just some steady, some cool off. And we got a nice big green rocket. which is awesome. We've now found a base. We finally, after all this time, hit a bullish cross. And this breaking this level of the, what is it, 2.289 roughly, to settle above that will be key to take off, and then hold that as support. Because right now we could just W, as we talked about many times, within this box. On the daily, we're seeing what I love to see, which is that belly starting to form. And we're maintaining the trajectory we've been in, which is this bullish wedge pattern. And we are signaling down here, money is going to the upside. We have a red out, green in with Bollinger. Money is going to the upside. We have the curled belly of the bear. Money is going to the upside. So all these are good. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised for a red candle soon. All this up, a little bit of pullback, will be healthy, natural, no reason for anybody to panic. We've held out for so long already. We found some great entries, and from just quickly checking earlier today, quite happy with how everything's performing. So if we zoom in just a little bit, we can see these nice ups, consolidations, and wanting to retest. So it'll be interesting to watch the hourly to see how it handles this. But I still want that retest on the top of this on the 4 hour versus the 2 hour, 1 hour, etc. So I'm still very bullish. I'm happy that we got such a response from the market from that. That does show tremendous strength. Like I said, we may have a couple attempts at this level, or it might just be the reverse one of these nice big green. Excuse me. So right now, really excited with how the daily is playing out. And yesterday I kind of kerfuffled the show and I said, this is how I've always been doing the show for all of you to kind of understand what I look at when I'm doing it. But just due to time constraints, I typically don't look at how I actually look at it when I'm actually trading. And here's just a quick glance. It's all the same. It's just all on the different time frames. So you can see the bigger picture of what's happening when. And for myself, I draw a lot of the lines on the show, on the charts, to explain what I'm seeing and help you learn TA. I really only do a few support and resistance lines, and typically one drawing, and I really want to see what I believe is going to happen play out, because it gives me more of that confidence. And I mean, this is just on the daily, been doing exactly what I've been wanting to see. I've shared this yesterday and how I look, because that might help for some people in their swing trades. But in the total market cap and how the money is flowing, I'm really excited with how everything is doing. DOM is taking a little bit of a dip right now, which is nice. I still expect DOM to rip here over the next week or two because we'll have more influx of money. We are still in a Bitcoin cycle. We're not in an altcoin cycle, even though we're starting to see some returns on them, which has been quite nice. Coming up to a micro bear on the 4, which means we might get a little bit of an alt run here, because it is indicating that money may be coming into the market, or maybe leaving it here too, because we've had such tremendous ups. This is the chop. This is going to be where it's, you got to just weather these storms and buy the fear. And I was saying, after all our entries, we really wanted to look and restructure and see how things pan out, like that big breath of fresh air for the market. How is Bitcoin doing? In here, when we had this belly, is when we gave two entries, a stink bid and this, and we were planning ride it out here. This was our black swan. This was geopolitical events that took us down. We missed the stink bid. We ended up catching it on the way down. So where are we right now? Well, if you had both these bids in that we did, we're exactly even, kind of right in between the two of them. And that takes us back pretty much 2 weeks ago. And this is showing, like, what does this mean? It's showing strength in its recovery. And I mean, look where it stopped. Our 4-hour green, help me out here, Kate, consolidation box.
Oh, nice work.
Oh, just stumbling. Fewer brain cells today as a result of my birthday yesterday. But we can start to see also we have these patterns playing out, right? What is that right there? Boom, get the retest and we go. We know we need to retest this 65.5 before it'll take off. It's already had trouble twice on these two candles. It's lining itself up to try again. Now, I'm not overly excited in the fact that, yay, we got a bullish cross. Yes, I'm happy. How long is this one going to last? There's no rule to how long these micro bulls and micro bears last. The rules are what I always go over with how big is the spread between the two and what direction they're facing. Right now, we're still slightly to the upside. It's not a major one, but it is still giving the upwards direction. That's important. It's not curled. We've had a bunch down, and we've had massive strength pull up. These are big ass wicks. So Bitcoin, I think, is still positive, absolutely. But it is going to have trouble.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Would you mind checking a couple of those percentages, just of the couple of wicks, and just to see when it popped down and came back up, how quickly that happened?
From its low to its high kind of thing, for sure.
Or yeah, even if the last 4 to 12 plus hours, yeah.
All right, so there's your 12-hour low to high, 9.84%. That's big for Bitcoin. It's not big for alts. This is where alts are more advantageous because they typically go faster, but we're in a Bitcoin cycle. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some 10% today. I haven't really been looking. And then it's pulled back a chunk. So, you know, from its low to current, you know, 1 day, 4 hours, 7.42%. That's awesome. That's great money.
Mm-hmm. You know, and it's still fine even if you don't time it exactly like you say. But that's a stink bid right there.
I mean, there was probably a lot of stop losses in and around there that got hunted out.
Yeah, of course.
And then, you know, like this is why like wick outs suck, because look where it went to, right? That next time. And in a bullish sentiment market, you know, I have said many times, you know, I don't have stop losses in. I have extra bids in. I have marked out where I said, okay, strategy changes when we get into this area. Then we're in a completely different strategy with stop loss and mitigating loss versus constantly buying or accumulating rather. But we never even broke the gap. You know, we wicked to it, but we never even came down on a candle body down in here. Strength and the rebound that we're going to have. I'm curious as to, do we get a mad flood in like we had the mad exodus, or is it going to be like one of those laddering things where it's like, you know, up, over, up, down, or is it just going to all of a sudden rocket? That I don't think anybody really knows, you know. And the only way to continue to watch that is to watch it on the smaller time frames and to monitor all of it. And it took us a few days to get down here. Probably going to take us a few days to get back up. Like, what was that amount of time and loss? It started to curl and turn right there. $553.5 billion in 10 days. Well, a couple days into it, probably, a week's time. And I kind of mentioned earlier, it makes sense to be at these numbers. Remember, geopolitical is going to determine all of this. If it gets worse, there will be more blood in the market. If it just kind of keeps tapering and doing what it's doing and the market's reacting the way, it should be very positive. Ethereum, interesting. I haven't looked at this since we talked about it. Remember we said it looked like it was on a downward path and it needed to hold this line, and I would be scared for it. And it's holding that weekly support right now. And it finally, this is the retest of this down. And in our Discord, we mentioned we got out up here. We timed Ethereum beautifully from January up until where we miscalled the cup and handle and the black swan happened. But it looks like it is going to hold and continue to want to walk. This is the candle to prove it for Ethereum. This is the daily retest, and we haven't redone any of these lines, So if it doesn't hold here, to me, it would make sense for Ethereum to be coming down to somewhere in this area. And let's split the difference between the two candle bodies. It would make sense that would be its next candle body hold, which is that psychological number right around the 3,000 mark. So for me, I'm still cautious on Ethereum. I think there's enough attention everywhere else. It does finally now look like it's starting to curl. So this line from before, as we talked about, could just point straight down, is invalidated, which I'm glad to see. And we'll probably redo all these lines on it. This is now, and how fast that'll happen, who knows? As we'll see in some of our trades, that some just happen faster than others. Some will continue to consolidate for a long time. And that's where we'll make decisions as traders with the tokens we're looking at. Does it make sense to free up the capital, move to a different trade, or is patience king sometimes? So any questions so far there, Kate?
No, man. It's just us hanging out, about 9 people watching.
Cool.
And
Thanks for joining on a Friday night. Happy 420.
no, it's Saturday for some people. Well, later Saturday, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Fair.
And
Let's
it's
dig in.
beautiful out.
Oh, it was a beautiful day. Let's dig into the trades that we called just before the Black Swan, and then how we decided to check and re-enter to maximize our profits. And some of these are doing better than we thought. Here's a prime example, 1 inch. We wanted to see strength because we weren't sure at this point. It is. We even got the micro bull. I didn't, with everything going on, I didn't actually get, and I always said in the Discord, if I rebuy, I'll let you know. I didn't get a chance to, and we're already in where our entries are, and we're starting to see very tiny bits of profit there. But my strategy when we are rebuying is to either buy more or the equivalent of what you spent previous. So as soon as you start to get this curl towards the upside, you're sitting in profits. Our second entries were just prior to the second set of bombing that happened. So we did go a little lower, but this is where we say you're never going to time the bottoms, you're never going to time the tops. We're sitting pretty in 1 inch. And remember, our goals are, just to complete this cup and handle. and we've already done well with 1 inch this year. So looking good. If any little bit of retracement that we just talked about is to happen in the market, of course, we're going to see retracements. As we also always mention, a lot of these are going to look very similar. And they're all getting back to that consolidation area where our second entries were healthy, still looking strong for our targets. Formations are looking great. Wouldn't be surprised if you can get another bid, still down in these levels in here if you want to. Catch a stinky lick. Algorand is finally above our bottom entry with the bullish cross. I mean, we weren't far off from getting the pattern, and that makes me happy. When I look at that, I can go, okay, we kind of read this pattern well after 2 black swans. Not bad. Now we get to ride it out to our first take profit spot, which will be this localized high at 42 by the major pullback, and we'll go off to finish this one, which is also in a cup and handle formation. A lot of these are in very similar patterns and what we're looking for. It was really hard to tell what was going on with Avalanche, with what the indicators were telling us. And we said we'd put a snake bid down in here to be safe. And if I enter it, as I said earlier, I didn't, we would have missed. Or that one would have hit it, depending on, no, I think we would have missed. But either way, we're coming up, we have our bullish cross. It's still a decent entry area on the next red candle to dollar cost our entry, because we are still below our lowest entry on Avalanche. Still long-term hold. Avalanche to me is a no-brainer for a really decent return this year. Already sitting in profits now for Cello. When Cello moves, we've already played Cello a few times as well this year. And when Cello moves, it can move real fast. And sometimes it seems like it's forever doing things, and then the next day you wake up and it just rocketed. It's one of these weird things I find with this token. And, like here, prime example. Like it just, Cello is one to rip. So I'm anticipating some fun returns on this one, and curious as to how long this one will pop. Dot. Saw Dot getting hate on the timeline today for just being slow, for wanting to pop. And I'm not sure why it caused hate, but there's a lot of stuff built on Polkadot, a lot of things coming. Our weekly looks dynamite with this one as well for the cup and handle. This to me seems reasonable expectation of Dot to get into this area. As we've discussed, it's right around there. We'll have take profits at the weeklies because we know we'll probably hit resistance at them and then buy in on the bottom of the belly on the 4s after their retracements. And these trades are expected to last a few weeks to maybe a couple of months. For those that may be new, not in our Discord and seeing the screenshots and the write-ups on them. Not financial advice, fucking course. You're listening to a talking primate, as Kate calls me, which I've come to kind of like. It's actually hilarious. We are in profits on Phantom. Nice. I haven't looked today. I look more at the charts with you guys when I'm actually on days that I'm not trading. On days that I'm trading, I don't take my eyes off them. On the days that I'm in the trades, like these long trades, I have faith in all of the research, all of the TA, and are understanding what's happening in the market that I don't feel like I have to rush back all the time, which is quite nice. Phantom looking great. If you feel like you've missed out on Phantom, just buy a red candle. Don't buy it right now. You can see it is having, it needs to settle above this consolidation here to be able to want to rip more. I wonder how many bullish crosses we're going to see in the, starting to see a bunch, which is nice on the fours. We haven't seen these in so long in the fours, people. Look at this. Fetch, stink bid, hit. Wish I entered it on the show. My bad. I do trades on a completely different computer than what I'm talking and using now, so I should have it right beside me when I did that, though. There's a learning lesson. But either way, in profits from our lowest entry, this still makes me laugh every time we look at it, because we did time this so nicely before the black swan. It was textbook, just like this curl here with the getting tighter. You know, this is the strategy of the micro bear, these curls, finding them and understanding there will be retracements at supports and resistance and catching it. Now you're off. And yeah, it's to settle on top of this. Then it's going to need to break this, settle on top of this, you know, and then here somewhere. And this took a few days to get down to here. Could take a few days more to get back up to these levels. These are patient trades. If we start seeing a nice inflow of money into the total market cap this week, I've been promising I will show you how I fast trade, and I will do a live stream on that. And looking forward to that as well. Nice. I mean, a lot of this similar story. There's your micro bull having trouble at our, you know, our entries, which is showing to be support resistance, which is kind of where we always place them, a little bit above, a little bit below, depending if we're looking for take profit or entries. Hedera was one that dipped and took a while to recover, and it's already fighting this line again. The stink bid down here hit a couple of times by the look of it. And it may again. We'll see. This is one I said I'll be still watching because we're still below, unless we find something juicier from those hunts. Chain link, look at that, just fighting at our third entry right here. It's actually making me happy. Same thing, we'll need to break it, settle on top of it, and we'll probably have resistance at this 14,520. A lot of this is in the same formation. Okay, so when we first started looking at these and we're given this in the black swan, we said, hey, let's stop looking at this because there was never an indication of a belly or consolidation for a good chunk of the time. I do like Telcoin. We don't have that micro bull yet. We got a lot of up. Now would be probably a good entry time for Telcoin. And what was this down that it just took? $32.5% in a little over a week. Will it take a little over a week to get back to that? That's the $1 million question, isn't it? I did not know this wasn't on MEXC, so that's why I never got into it, and I disclosed that on the Discord. So I'll leave these, but I never did get these. This is, I believe, a KuCoin. Yeah, KuCoin. I'll log into KuCoin. I'll probably post this entry because I do. If we look at Telcoin on the weekly, I mean, it's just same thing. It's wanting to make a cup and handle, even if it just gets to here from current price. I don't think we actually measured that out. I did when I was doing the research, but so from current price to bottom of that, 49 to where the nice top of the cup and handle would finish is 185%. And not financial advice, of course, I believe Telcoin will at least get to that level. Whether it gets up to these levels is who knows. But yeah, Telcoin's looking interesting again for entry. So that's part of the thing. Like, I'll always be transparent as best I can when we're looking at these kind of things. On the weekly, we can see we have this curl, but we've had so much downward action with everything that's going on. We've shaken off the critical greed on it. It's got 1 day left, so much down. Makes sense that it'll probably hold somewhere in this region and then start to take off again. Because if you got in down here, or if you got in down here, it makes sense you were taking profits. Let's give you an idea what that was. So high it goes off the screen, just 381% in over a month, So yeah, I do believe that, or feel that this is reasonable. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's not going to happen overnight. And geopolitical, again, could change everything. Let's get this back on the 4-hour because we have not hit that entry. That's what we're looking. Okay. Let's go back. So we talk about how certain tokens, and we've looked at a lot of these trades, all of these entries are given at the same time. When you start to see a token like this, no other token we're in this trading series, or that I've seen in my other trades that aren't in this, has done this. This is tremendous strength. We've already blown past our entry that we wanted in here before all this went down. And now, of course, that's massive up. So there's going to be some profit critical. Green out right in. We're starting to curl. The question is, do we hold? Do we hold and continue to turn this around? I'll be watching closely because this may be its support here before it takes off again. This is a tough one for me because it responded so well. Is it a time to take profit and get out and listen to the indicators, or is this just been its cool off and it's ready to do one of these again? And we've had a lot of tokens this year just on the 4-hour. Once the market heats up again, it never got below the median, which is the dotted white line. And it just kept going up and these nice little patterns. So this will be curious to see. I'm also in this one for the long haul. So if this does have a little bit of retracement, I'm not worried about it. But I don't also want to round trip profits right now. But this is what goes through my head as a trader. And anytime, like I said, in any of the trades that I've been sharing with these ones, I'll post everything I do with them. So this one played out very similar to what we were hoping it would. And that would have been a heck of an entry that would have hit right here for the turnaround. Right now, with how we've entered, we're starting to make money anyways. Again, it was my birthday, so I didn't go and enter it. And that cost me some profit for sure.
It's an expensive
10%.
present.
you know, you're never going to be perfect with all your trades, and you can't always trade. And I've come to accept that as a trader too. Like there's woulda, shoulda, couldas all the time. But I'm also pretty excited for the hunt that we started, and there look like some juicy positions on other tokens, and we're already all in these. So it's kind of and you can't be in too many. I'm in probably more than most people would be for diversification, but that's just how I roll. Yeah, this is. I'm excited about this, and we have 69 of these coming your way at America.
I don't know if people have joined us here, but we had to do a respin of the DGen giveaway for the 69th, and then we spun it, and the only person that it landed on, that was the only person that like wasn't following us or wasn't in the Discord. So we did a respin, and Anna America won, who was amazing because she's so active in our community. So
And has been sharing her success stories and and learning experience, and that's what it's all about. So it's quite exciting. Happy to see the hunt. Does anything look already? I mean, a lot of the. I'm just gonna have a quick look. Um, a lot of these from what we gave look like they're in good position or in profit. Yep. Yep. Oh, we missed. Oh, hold on. No, we may have hit there. No, we missed. Missed beam. It doesn't matter. Got bags beam. They
I've
hit
got
that
bags of
beautifully.
beam.
Look at Canto. And this is what I'm
Oh, I
talking about when some
love
things
this.
want to rip. Like
Mm,
that was a great call. Um, 16% in a day. You're welcome. Sarah, same. A lot of these are probably going to be in the same boat, just ripping. Hit twice from that entry. And we said we weren't sure. Is it going to go there? Is it going to go there? I'd put an entry here. Boom, boom. Um, and I always said I'd post them if I took them. The only reason I didn't was I was out. It was my birthday. Didn't mean I wasn't putting here thinking I wouldn't take them or I didn't think they were good entries. So some of you took these. I'm really happy. A lot of these look in profit. This is nice. Let's just do another quick one. Oh, here's a prime example of not. A little lower. Looks like a little more pain coming for Crown. That one's a little underperforming. Still big believer. EGLD is hit and is in profits. Oh, no. Did it miss? It missed. It did not hit. Nice turnaround. And this also goes to the strategy with some of these trades that we talked about. Well, that one clearly hit. That, and I posted this on the first ones and not on the hunt, that if you feel like you might not hit that trade, just buy it at its current price. These are slow trades. So the strategy was bought it at the current price and I put bids below it, all with the same amount of dollar value. So if it did sink and it hit them, you're acquiring more. And then when it turns around, you're in faster profits. Nice. This is, good deal of profits there from the call. So from yesterday to today, right now, current price, 6.59. My birthday, I give you gifts. Same with Gala. Look at that. Hit a bunch of times. Boom, 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 boom. Clearly a level that, 14% since yesterday's show. Just getting the bullish cross on GMT. hit this entry, looks like about 2 or 3 times possibly. To current price, 8.72. Wick, well, body, wick, definitely wick. And to current price, 8.72 from yesterday. GRT looks like it's a very similar story. You know, hit on that down wick. Only one though, but still hit. %12 since the show. All these I still believe are good. Just don't buy them on a green candle. Wait for the pullback. Kusama, we've been playing for so long on the show. It's been so much fun. Look how many wicks and bodies we hit on that entry to where it is now. 5.5% since yesterday's show. Fear is when you buy. Now we wrote this off because look at that spread. You know, we were like, just like we were talking earlier on TEL, you know, now I'd wait for the next red candle to get into Manta. So this now is no longer, hey, ignore me. Now we're definitely in an entry area, you know, but it's telling you sell. Like I said, I'd wait for the next red candle, probably be somewhere in here. And what are we looking for? A localized target, current price. Localized target right there, you know, 61%. If you are taking these and having successes, this is why I do it. Please share it with me, like, or our team. Like, that's the whole reason, you know, that we do this. And this top line's our target, so it's probably a little over twice that. Just under twice that, 116%. And then these were the last ones. Looks like it's hit and profit, hit and profit, hit and profit. Ooh, that looks like a miss. Swing and a miss on NACA. We have NACA anyways. And OP in profit and hit. Same with perp and same with ORN. So a good mix of hit and profit on the hunt already, with coming into micro bulls on some of them still that haven't. Matic is Matic. If you don't, you should own Matic. Just buy Matic. If you don't own Matic, you should own Matic. Marion not looking as much a profit as the others, but has a quite higher localized target. Maybe it is, and it just doesn't look like it isn't that much. Yeah, 5%. It is a little less than the others. That's how you know you're in a bull. I only made 5% on that one trade on one day. Doesn't sound like much, but when it's a slow market, that's huge. 7.74 on NAC. And that would have actually hit. There we are. Nice. Optimism, just getting its bullish cross. So if you're ever missing out on a trade and the micro bull cross happens, and you're looking into wanting to get in because you know the momentum is going to be bullish, always buy the next red candle and typically buy to the support and resistance of others because there's always a pullback. And there's no guarantee on how long I said this is going to last. It's just a FOMO. That's why I always try to catch these bellies, because you're getting the entry here now as opposed to here or here. Even though we know when we get the micro bull and now prices to the upside. Well, would you rather get it right now or would you rather got it right here? Now that comes with the risk. And that risk for us was we entered all these. Well, this is the hunt, so we didn't enter, but for the trades that we were monitoring, we're just doing all the same theory. We didn't wait, got in perfect bellies of the micro bears, and then black swan. And a great exercise for people to learn. How do you respond to when you get into a trade, the market shits the bed the next day? I mean, that's pretty much playing out how we wanted to see it. That was yesterday, so I don't know if we actually hit on this one. No. So, yeah, we missed on that one. Sorry. Rather missed to the right and missed to the wrong, though.
This is interesting to follow, but it's still all over the place. But it's really, really an interesting flow right now.
And per our last one from the last hunt. Yeah, we nailed that entry on a few candles to right now 6%. From our first time of calling that. So in our target, this was the DGen target of the 69.69. Interesting. So happy Friday, early Saturday, or late Saturday, depending on where you are. That kind of covers everything that we've been talking about all week. Hope you all have a great weekend, and it's a midnight show on Monday. Katie, do you have any questions?
Mondays. I don't have any questions, but I do want to mention a couple of things. I think I may be first and foremost, because we check on Fridays, a sheep today. I think I may have
Oh,
lost a streak of mine because I just may have looked at the money and the choices I've made, and I think that I didn't take profit, so you did, or somebody did. So I might be a slightly sheepy today, just so you know.
okay. Yeah, I forgot about the graphic. My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. We can do it, whenever. But we're also because so we're doing this sheep thing. We usually do it on Fridays, and we're just kind of see if we're like falling into our emotional decisions when we're making trades. But we just did a giveaway. So show 80, 90, and 100, we're doing something else, something new, a giveaway to people who are following. And what else are they doing? Oh,
When we announce it for the prizes, it'll be the same thing as this last giveaway, like retweet and be
like and
following.
retweet. Absolutely. And you can go to our website, NFAOFC, not financial advice, a fucking course. So NFAOFC.io. You can like sign up. You can see our modules and things. So you come here and you know what on earth we're actually talking about. Each module is like 5 to 9 minutes. Or go on our YouTube and you can actually just ask us questions. You can't, Pope, I figured out you can't do it on X, which is unfortunate. So you can actually go on YouTube only and write comments,
Oh, well, there we are.
which I
Did
think
not
is
know
not
that.
supported. So if you do have questions, come over to the YouTube instead because some crap doesn't make sense. So yeah, so we'll be here. Oh man, it's the weekend.
Yeah, we'll see him on Monday at midnight.
Midnight Mondays, you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Pope, you ready
Sounds
to
great.
move on?
Yeah, happy weekend, everybody. It's nice to see the trades and the market responding finally in the positive. Let's hope geopolitical stays the same way. And have a great weekend. Happy 420. Touch grass, smoke grass, whatever you need to do.
Happy 420, Pope. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.